everyone, my name is Amanda and I am from Provost Park Pass, and today I am doing a beautiful walk around stroll here at Universal Studios in Orlando. I'm going to be popping back and forth between Universal Studios here and Islands of Adventure, which is the neighboring park, and I'm going to give you my best tips that you need for these theme parks. Now, I am completely obsessed with these theme parks. I love everything about them. They're larger than life, they're huge, they're exciting, they're so much fun. There are so many things to see and do and eat. And some of these tips that I'm telling you, I cannot even believe I'm telling you because they are my secret tips that I've just used for myself. But because you're watching this video, I'm gonna give you my absolute best, and something that you can do in return, so we're kind of even, is hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. It goes a long way to help our channel. And then I'm gonna give you my tips so you have a perfect, amazing vacation here in Orlando. Okay, first things first, let's talk a little bit about these theme parks. So there are 2 theme parks and 1 water park. So technically there are 3 theme parks here at Universal Studios in Orlando. Now, an awesome thing about these theme parks is they're right next to each other. So Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando are back to back. You can walk back and forth between the 2 parks. Volcano Bay is a little bit different. It's a little bit out of the way. There is a hotel that offers walking access to Volcano Bay, and that's Cabana Bay. And Volcano Bay is the water park. Now, Volcano Bay is not your typical water park. It is, again, everything at Universal is larger than life. So it is larger than life. It is so much fun. It has an aqua coaster. So really think theme park when you're talking about Volcano Bay. So many awesome slides, water slides. Our favorite was the Crazy River. It's not a lazy river, it's a crazy river, and it's super crazy and super fast, and it is so much fun. We actually have a whole video that you can watch all about Volcano Bay. Highly recommend it. Definitely put it on with your Universal vacation, because it's like a vacation from your vacation. Then Universal Studios, so that's where I'm at right now. This is Universal Studios, and this has some awesome attractions, lands, so many cool things to see and do. So over here I'm passing the Mummy. So the Mummy, classic, right? The Mummy is a roller coaster, but it's got some twist to it. I'm not going to give anything away because you just have to come experience it for yourself. They also have the one behind me is really fun, the red one. Over here they also have Transformers. So Transformers is behind me. That's a really fun, you ride through it. It's not a motion simulator because you're really going through it, but it is like 3D. You wear your 3D glasses. So much fun, super big and exciting and loud and really, really thrilling. The really main attraction over here is Diagon Alley. It's amazing. There's so many things to see and do in Diagon Alley. You can get a wand and you can interact with things. They have a roller coaster. Again, these roller coasters have twists to them, but that's Escape from Green Gods. They have Nocturne Alley, which is really spooky, and they have Butterbeer. So delicious. And then you can take a train or you can walk over to Islands of Adventure, and Islands of Adventure has so many thrilling attractions as well. They have Velocicoaster, which is an incredible roller coaster. It is so perfect. It feels like you're going to fall out, which is how it's meant to be, right? It's so scary and it's so thrilling, but it's so smooth. So Velocicoaster is a ton of fun. They've got Jurassic Park over there, of course, and then they have Hogsmeade, which is awesome because they have the castle. And then my favorite ride is Hagrid's motorbike adventure is a blast, and again, that also has some surprises, some twists and turns in that roller coaster as well. So the 3 theme parks have so many things to see and do, and you really need to visit all 3 to make the most of your vacation. So the 2 theme parks, the 1 water park, visit all 3 to have a perfect vacation. Another thing you need to consider, how many days do you need here at Universal Studios? I recommend at least 3 days here, because you can do 1 day essentially at Islands of Adventure, 1 day at Universal Studios, and then 1 at Volcano Bay. But my recommendation would be 4 days, because I would like to do you really need 4 days. 4 days is fantastic. And a great thing about doing 4 days is sometimes they have awesome deals. So right now, for example, if you book using my link below, it's from Getaway Today, you are going to get 2 days free. So if you purchase 2 days here at Universal Studios Orlando, and that includes, both parks, you're going to get 2 days free, which is fantastic to have those extra days. So 4 days is really my ideal, and then always add on that extra day for Volcano Bay. Okay, so going along the lines of booking and saving, here's my first tip for you. before you come to Universal Studios, you want to purchase your tickets in advance. And you want to do that through my link below or call this number, 1-855-GETAWAY. So write that down, 1-855-GETAWAY. Tell them that Amanda Provost sent you or Provost Park Pass sent you, and you are going to unlock the absolute best rates and the deepest discounts for this theme park. So don't come here, don't just show up and try to purchase tickets. You want to save money when you come out here, and we have secured the best and deepest discounts for you to come and save. So again, you can click the link below, start building your vacation high, or you can call the number and get the absolute best specials and best rates. Okay, my second tip for you. Stay on property. So the great thing about Universal Orlando there are so many different hotels that you can choose from to stay here on property, and they come with some really awesome perks, and they have everything from value hotels where they're very affordable, you can save a lot of money, to premier hotels, which are very, very nice and offer some really awesome perks. Now, if you're staying at resorts on properties, they all have complimentary shuttles to the parks. Some hotels even have like a water taxi that will take you to the parks, which is a ton of fun. So we've also stayed at the Hard Rock Hotel, and that's considered a premier hotel. I've also stayed at the Lowe's Royal Pacific, and that's a premier hotel. So the premier hotels are the nicest hotels. They're going to be the most expensive hotels. The awesome thing about the premier hotels, you get an unlimited express pass. I will talk about the express passes later. The unlimited express pass is awesome. You get to skip the lines for the attractions as many times as you want. Keep that in mind because I'll talk about the express passes later. When you're booking the premier hotel, it might seem super expensive, but that can be a huge amount of saving per person per day for that express pass. So you're gonna want it. You're gonna want that express pass. Now, all of the hotels on property get you into the park early. They all get early entrance, 30 minutes early. Another reason why it's great to stay on property. And again, if you call 1-855-GETAWAY and tell them that I sent you, you're gonna get the best prices and the best rates on those hotels. Okay, my third tip. So you have booked your vacation, so saved money. You are staying on property. My third tip for you is your clothing. So you're ready to go on your vacation. What are you going to pack? For Universal Studios, you want to pack clothes that can get wet. I was talking to a VIP tour guide, and he said that it's Universal's touch. They're going to splash water on you. They want to splash water on you any ride, any attraction that you go on. And the water rides here will get you soaked. So Popeyes, for example, Ripsaw Falls, they're going to get you drenched, completely drenched. And it's fun though. You don't want to miss out. And so you don't want to be wearing shoes that are going to give you blisters if they get wet. You know, like those sloshy sneakers are just the worst. So if you have some type of good kind of theme park water sandals that you can wear that are comfortable to walk around, but you don't mind them getting wet, or clothes that will dry really easy and they're not going to like, you know, rub on you and cause pain if they're just soaking wet. Anything that's easy to get wet, wear and pack to here, to Universal, because you don't want to miss out. The water rides are so much fun. You want to get wet. It's Florida. It's hot, but you want to enjoy yourself at the same time. So packing for Universal, just pack really comfortable clothes that you don't mind getting wet. Oh, you guys, it is so amazing here. It is so beautiful. It's perfect weather right now. It's golden hour, and I am leaving Universal Studios. I'm going to be heading over to Islands of Adventure. So let's talk about my fifth tip that I have for you. So you've booked your trip, you're staying on property, you're packing your clothes. Oh, I'm only on number 4, my number 4. Let's talk about the Express Pass. So if you want to skip the lines here, there are a couple of ways to skip the lines. Like I talked about with the premier hotels that give you unlimited Express Passes, that is one of the best ways that you can skip the lines, and it's just so awesome because it's so convenient. You don't have to make reservations to skip the lines. You're not trying to plan out what rides you're going to do. You just show up and show your Express Pass and you're going to skip the line. It is so convenient and so easy. Their Express Pass is fantastic. You can also buy Express Passes, but I highly recommend doing the premier hotels because the unlimited Express Pass is just included and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You're just covered, you're just set. But they do offer another Express Pass where you can skip the line, but you can only use it one time for one attraction. So it's like if you want to ride Jurassic Park over and over and over, you can't do that. That with, you know, just an Express Pass is going to let you skip just one time. But the unlimited Express Pass lets you do it over and over and over. Another way to skip the lines is a VIP tour. That's what I did today. It was fantastic. The VIP tour, highly recommend. I mean, that is the most incredible experience you can have. And that's something that when you call Getaway today, ask them about the express passes, ask them about the VIP experience. Highly recommend it. Fantastic, fantastic ways to skip the lines. Okay, if you don't want to spend more money, if you want to save more money, you can still have ways to skip the line. That's going to be my tip number 5. So tip number 5 is get here early. Definitely get here early. And when you stay on property at any of the hotels, you're able to access these parks 30 minutes early, and trust me, that can make a world of difference. The big rides that you want to hit first, Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, and Velocicoaster. Those are especially important even if you have the Express Pass, because get this, they don't accept Express Pass. Those 2 rides do not accept an Express Pass. So if you have the Express Pass to skip the lines for all the other attractions, you still want to arrive to these theme parks early. So regardless, whether you have Express Pass or not, you want to get to the parks early. Now this is the tip that I'm like, oh, I have a hard time sharing because I love getting here early and I love skipping the lines. And I'm telling all of you to do my tip to skip the lines, and this is hard for me to share. So just, keep this between us, keep this in our channel, right? And what you do is if you're going to Islands of Adventure, which is where I'm heading right now, that's where Velocicoaster and Hagrid's are. Again, they don't accept Express Pass. You have to get there early. 30 minutes before the park opens is when you're able to go in when you're staying on property, okay? But you want to get there even earlier than that. You don't want to be showing up 30 minutes before the park opens because there's going to be a huge line. People are already going to be lined up and they're already going to be trying to, barrel into the parks and get to those rides. So, gosh, when did we get here? I think the last time we were here, we got here 45 minutes before our early entry. So the park opened at 8, so we could have got in at 7:30. We were lining up around 6:37 or 6:45-ish. So an hour to 45 minutes early. And this is my super, super secret tip. Oh, I don't know if I can tell you guys this. This is so top secret, you guys. Click the subscribe button. Please, for me, click the subscribe button, and then I'll feel like we're even here. So when you go to Islands of Adventure and you're lining up for your day at the park to get into the gates, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm telling you this. Go to the left-hand side. Go to the left-hand side because sometimes they'll open up like 2 lanes. And when you're on the very, very left-hand side, you can sometimes be the front. And I've been the front. So I've been like the very, very, very first person in line to get into the park. So go to the left. That's my super secret tip for you. And I can't believe I'm just sharing that with you. But anyway, so line up early, get to the gates super, super early, because then when they open up the gates, you can make a mad dash, walk, don't run, but make a mad dash to either Hagrid's or Velocicoaster. We recommend going to Hagrid's first. That's another tip I can't believe I'm sharing with you. We recommend Hagrid's first. It tends to get the longest, really, really fast. So Hagrid's first and then do Velocicoaster. All right, my 6th tip for you. So this kind of should be bumped up a little bit because it's when you're booking your tickets. You want to get a park to park ticket. So that is also, if you are familiar with like Disney, it's like a park hopper, right? It's called park to park. You definitely 100% want that ticket because here at Universal Orlando, they have the Hogwarts Express, and that bounces back and forth between the parks. But you can only ride that ride, you can only ride that train if you have a park to park ticket. You've got to ride it. It's part of the experience, and it's so much fun, and it's so convenient too, because you can be in Diagon Alley, be bopping around, and then just walk out, hop on the train, and then before you know it, you're over in Islands of Adventure in Hogwarts. So you definitely want a park to park ticket that allows you to park hop. You also can walk. So I've been walking from the one Universal Orlando to here, Islands of Adventure, and the walk isn't too bad. It's definitely doable, but you want that park to park ticket so you can ride the Hogwarts Express. Okay, welcome to Islands of Adventure. So this is actually my favorite park here. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I love the way it feels. I love the attractions here. I love the themes. I love the lands. I love the food. Oh, I love Islands of Adventure. This is just fantastic. I love it so much. So Islands of Adventure, this is where we're just walking into right now, and this is going to lead us into my Gosh, what number am I, you guys? Are you keeping track? Am I on 5? Am I on 6? I think I'm on 6. I hope you guys are keeping track. But before I get to number 6, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm giving you my best tips and secrets, and I hope that it's helping. And if you are going to Universal, or if you want to go to Universal, I want you to say, I want to go to Universal, or I'm going to Universal, and let me know what date. I want to hear from you guys. And if you have certain questions, I'm going to be reading all of the comments, and I will be responding to them personally. So if you get a comment from Provost Park Pass, it's me, and I will be responding to them personally, giving you all of my advice, all of my tips, everything I can do to answer your questions and make sure you have the most perfect vacation here. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you. This is just a nice, relaxing kind of stroll and talk video. We rarely do stuff like this, but I'm happy that you're here. And again, I want to talk and interact with you, so let me know your questions. Okay, number 6, is that what we're on? Our 6th tip. This is perfect to talk about food here at Islands of Adventure, because my favorite restaurant is actually here, and it's Mythos. Mythos has won a ton of awards. It's delicious, and when you call Getaway today, you want to talk to them about dining reservations for that restaurant. But that one's my favorite, and that's coming up here. When you walk into Islands of Adventure, go to the right. It's on the right hand loop. So Mythos is my favorite place to eat. I also really love, and most people really love butterbeer. So butterbeer is fantastic because you can find it at both parks. You can find it at Diagon Alley, and you can also find it over here in Hogsmeade. And it comes frozen, it comes cold, and it comes hot. Hot is my personal favorite. They also have a delicious butterbeer fudge. That is my favorite treat here. My entire, like, out of all of the parks, my favorite treat is the butterbeer fudge. They have so many things though. They have like butterbeer cream. They have, oh my gosh, butterbeer ice cream. They have just so many delicious treats, butterbeer style, that you can have and enjoy. Here at the Dr. Seuss Land, which I'm walking into, they have a fun sweet shop that you can get. Over at the other park, they have the Lard Lad pink donuts, which is just like a staple. And then a really fun treat drink that you can get over at Simpsons by the Lard Lad Donuts. It's Moe's. You get a flaming Moe, and that's for kids. It's non-alcoholic, and it's so much fun because they use dry ice, and it you know, smokes. It does the steam, and that's a ton of fun. So you want the flaming Moe as well. But pretty much anywhere that you eat is going to be fantastic. Chris just did a huge video about the feast that you can get at the Three Broomsticks, and it's a huge feast, awesome for families. It has tons of meat, it has corn on the cob, and you can watch that video up there. So that's also an awesome place to eat at, anywhere with Harry Potter. The Three Broomsticks here at Islands of Adventure, or Leaky Cauldron over at Diagon Alley are so much fun. We've also eaten at, this is the baked potato. So before you go into Diagon Alley, there's a little cart, and you can get baked potatoes. That's really easy, like a grab and go thing if you're hungry, but you don't want something sweet. You want something a little bit more substantial. The baked potatoes are fantastic. All right, now I want to talk about themed outfits. So I know I talked about, you want clothes that are comfortable, like shoes that can get wet that are comfortable, clothes that can't get wet that are comfortable, but for theming outfits, here's a really cool thing. So when you're at Universal, you can wear Spider-Man, like you can wear the Hulk. It's really awesome because I know a lot of you are from the West Coast and you go to Disneyland and there's Avengers Campus and there's Spider-Man there, and you think, that's not Universal. It actually is. So over here in Orlando, they have the rights to like the comics, right? So it's not necessarily Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it's like comics Spider-Man. And so if you have any of those comics outfits that you want to wear, that you're wearing at Disneyland, and then you're like, I have to get new clothes to go to Universal, the little tip is you can wear your Spider-Man stuff. You can wear your comic book stuff here over at Universal because they have it. They have the rights to that here, which is so cool. And then of course you can wear Harry Potter gear, you can wear Jurassic Park gear, Popeyes is here. So many different things. Bourne is here, just general Universal shirts, anything like that works over here. It's getting darker, it's so nice and cool, it's just perfect. This is actually my favorite time of day at the theme parks. It's this golden hour when the sun is setting. I just love it. So let's talk about my tip number 8 about these theme parks. This has to do with the rides and the attractions. So if you are coming from Disneyland, the attractions and rides here, they're so different because so many of them are larger than life. So many of them are actually really, really scary. A lot of them are motion simulators that you might get a little sick on if you get motion sickness. So things like that, be prepared when you come. Now, we have done a lot of Universal videos. We've done so many videos about a lot of the attractions here and the rides and things that you need to know. So definitely watch these videos up here so you're prepared on what to expect with the rides, because I want you to come and enjoy yourself. I don't want you to come and get sick, or I don't want you to put your kids on a ride that maybe they're going to be a little scared and they're going to cry. It's going to ruin their day. So I personally love the attractions here. I love that they're loud. I love that they're large. I love that they're fast. I love that they're thrilling. I love that some of them are scary. Like, I love that. I love that. Sometimes I'm at other theme parks and I'm like, oh, I wish they would do something like really scary, like really get my heart rate going. That you're going to find here. But again, go through all of our Universal Studios videos and be prepared with the rides, just so you know what to expect. It's a motion simulator, if it's going to be scary, if you're going to get wet, things like that. But just expect to come here, and you're going to be thrilled, and you're going to have your heart rate going, and you're going to have a fantastic time. Okay, my number 9 tip, this is just an easy, simple one, is download the app before you come, because the app is going to help you stay connected to Islands of Adventure, Universal Orlando, and Volcano Bay. And you're not going to be on your phone the whole time, so don't worry about that. You really are not going to be on your phone the whole time, because you don't have to make reservations for rides. You don't have to reserve your express pass, things like that. But it's a great way to keep in touch with the shows that are going on. For example, the Born Stuntacular show is fantastic. 10 out of 10. It is so cool. It will blow your mind. That's something you don't want to miss. So you want to make sure that you download the app so you know what time the show is, or you know what time the park closes, things like that. So super simple tip, but it'll make a world of difference, and that's download the Universal Orlando app. I just arrived here into Hogsmeade, and this is such a magical land. This has got to be number 1 on your list. I absolutely love it. And that is going to bring me to my number 10 tip for you, and that is subscribe to our YouTube channel. I know. So simple, but seriously, it's going to make a huge difference for you, because we have so many different Universal Orlando videos to help you with your vacation. I cannot recommend Universal Studios Orlando enough, you guys. I am obsessed with these theme parks. I love everything about it. They have been some of our best vacation days. We've made some of the best memories here, and there's really something for everyone. So it's magical, but there's thrilling, and it's exciting, but there's yummy food, but it's beautiful and it's clean, and there's just something for everyone here. So we highly recommend it. Now again, if you have questions for me, leave them in the comments below, and when you're ready to book, call 1-855-GETAWAY, tell them that I sent you, and you're going to unlock the best prices. I hope you come to Universal Studios soon. You're going to absolutely love it, and I hope to see you guys here. You guys are fantastic. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye. Universal Studios Florida. It's so awesome. There's so many things to see and do. I hope you like this video, because I like you. I also really like hot butter beer. Oh, it's so delicious. Just listen to me, you hear. You're gonna love it too. And I love you, Universal